New ETFs for Hedera HBAR, Litecoin, and Solana hit $65 million in their first day of trading. All of this was led by Bitwise's Solana fund, which drew 56 million of the 65 million in volume. And so I wanted to deep dive into these three assets in particular because if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm trying to front run the institutional money. Outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, what other top assets have ETFs filed and now new ETFs launched? Well, we've got HBAR, Litecoin, and Solana. All three of these ETFs are out. We're expecting some major ETFs for other altcoins like XRP, like Chainlink, like Dogecoin, and many others. This is going to be a growing narrative. I want to deep dive into all three of these charts right now, HBAR, Litecoin, and Solana in the video for you. Make sure you stick around until the end. Smash that like button. Let us know that you guys are here. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome. Love having you guys. Let me know where you guys are coming in from if you're brand new. And again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and welcome in. So let's dive in and take a deep dive around both HBAR, Solana first, and then we'll look at Litecoin because HBAR right now looks very, very fascinating. It actually had the biggest pop in the price. Let's go ahead and deep dive into this HBAR chart a little bit. This is the daily on HBAR. And so you could see here what has happened, since our, drawdown on the 23rd of October, where we came down, into this range, like 16 cents. We have been in a nice, slow, steady uptrend the last 6 days here on HBAR. We actually wicked up yesterday almost to 22 cents. We met some resistance here and got knocked back down, but still looking very, very solid. We closed the day yesterday right around 19 and a half cents, but we're up from that here as we draw closer to market open as I'm recording this video. Big day for the markets too. We've got an FOMC big decision from Jerome Powell coming. Things look really good on the Trump-China front in terms of tariffs. But HBAR starting to flip over a little bit. And if we look at some of the, moving averages, we're now a buy on the 10-day, we're a buy on the 20-day, and we're a buy on the 30. And we've just flipped bullish on the 50-day EMA. Now, you could see where we are in order to reclaim the 100 and 200-day EMA. It's not going to take all that much. We need to get a close like above 22 cents. If we get a close above 23 cents, all of a sudden, HBAR could really, really make a power move and go ahead and retest that 30-cent level to where we were back in July. So, HBAR continues to be one of those assets for me that is right at the top of my list in terms of accumulation. Let me put myself down here in the bottom corner for a sec. HBAR here, if we look at top 20 crypto, $8.5 billion market cap. This one is to me a big, big sleeper and could do some really nice multiples from here. I don't think every altcoin is going to moon like we saw back in 2021. What I'm trying to do is front run the institutions. Why? Because we're in an institutionally driven bull market. It's vastly different, this environment that we're in today compared to 2021. Vastly different. That was led by retail. This is being led by the big money and big institutions. Now, 4 years ago, we got to 57 cents. We're about 65% down from our all-time high. I think HBAR's got a 4 to 5x at least in it, so long that we get an altcoin season. And again, I'm okay with going into these top assets looking for a 4, 5, 6x compared to trying to find a 20x. What do they say? You can't be too greedy in this crypto market. I think people always try to find the 100x, but you could find 10 5x's or 25x's a lot easier, right? Or 10 10x's even. And HBAR to me is just jumping out at me as an opportunity. Now, right below that asset is Litecoin. We'll get to that in a second, but I want to get to Solana because Solana has shown a ton of strength. As I mentioned, of the 65 million that came into all three ETFs yesterday on day one, a massive portion of that came into Solana. And what we've got with Solana is also staking. This to me is going to be huge for the institutions. The institutions can now buy and hold Solana in an ETF and earn up to 7% on their money. Now, this may not seem like a crazy thing for us as retail investors, but when you're talking about billions and maybe someday trillions of dollars earning 7% yield, that's huge. That is huge. So we'll deep dive into the Solana chart. We'll take a look at Litecoin too. Quick reminder, we are partnered up with WEEX. This video is brought to you by the team at WEEX right now. They are teaming up for 1.5 million in USDT. That's right, you can win a share of this. It ends in 1 day, 15 hours. So get in while you still can. Join a free trading group when you sign up using my WEEX link. So that's a great spot to trade spot or trade futures. WEEX, one of the top exchanges out there. Shout out to them. And of course, we've got our private community rocking and rolling at the Patreon. Take a look at this and see all the great perks. You do not want to miss out what we're putting out over there either. But let's dive into Sol real quick and take a look here, because this too chart, man, this chart looks really, really good. We have been in an uptrend since June, guys. A really, really nice uptrend. And really, if you zoom out, we've been in a really nice uptrend since April. Since our April lows, we came down back under $100, which was crazy. We wicked down back under $100, and we have just been stair-stepping our way up ever since. Now, we did break down structurally a little bit here, when we broke down here in October, but this was the flash crash. And we're slowly rebounding from that. We're getting back to where we were in late September, right underneath $200. And if we're looking at front running the institutions, the technicals look really, really strong here. Our short-term time frames are buy signals. Now, what we're looking at here is kind of these mid moving averages. So reclaiming, 210, 212 on Sol would be big for us. That would really open the door for potential new all-time highs on Sol. We're not that far away. We're only 32% down from all-time highs. 294 was set back in January 2025, 9 months ago. So Solana continues to be, one of the household names, guys. And with Solana staking, this to me is a big, big runner. Being just sitting there, just ready to go. Now, will it all come right here, right now, like this cycle? I think we'll get some nice returns. But Solana's turning into one of those longer-term multi-cycle plays, and eventually could be a long-term hold for me. Right now, the only thing I'm holding for the next decade is Bitcoin. But if there are some other assets that I'm eyeing, it would be Ethereum, XRP, and Solana, right there. Probably XRP, ETH, and Sol in that order, okay? So that's where we're kind of eyeing right now, Solana. But again, keep an eye on the staking feature. That's going to be big. The other good thing about Solana right now, the RSI is actually really, really low. This has a lot of upside potential from here in the midterm. Now, Litecoin is another one that we've got to get into. Litecoin looks pretty good. The technicals are pretty neutral here. Our moving averages are still showing sell signal, but we're not far away from flipping this. In order to get back to our 200-day EMA, all we need is $103. We were there yesterday. We just couldn't close above it. All it's going to take is one nice candle, and all of a sudden we turn from bearish to bullish on Litecoin, and we literally need like $8 to $10 in price to close above that level. We were really cooking, back here on October 10th before the flash crash. We had wicked up to 134. We were right at the top of this, chart where we were testing some highs in August. It's not going to take much for us to get back there. We lost a lot of value on the, wick down to $72 on the flash crash to kind of wash out some of the longs. Obviously, we've talked about that ad nauseum, but the RSI is low. Litecoin looks very, very good. We have not broken out of this like 135 range in a while, but once we do, we've got some real potential movement to the upside then from there. And Litecoin has been quiet, but now with ETFs live, this is one where I think the institutions could be ready to front run this as well. So that's kind of an update around the ETF situation. HBAR, Litecoin, and Solana all getting ETFs live. We're expecting to see XRP get some ETFs live very soon as well. We'll be all over this. This is one of the most important things to look out for right now. If you believe that, what I believe, and that front running the institutions is the way to win right now in this current crypto cycle. that we found ourselves in. So appreciate you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Check out the Patreon link down below as well in the top comment, and our proud sponsor, WEEX, offering some phenomenal opportunities right now. They've got copy trading. They've got it all over here. Spot, futures, everything you want from an exchange, and proof of reserves. They've got it. So come on over and check us out there as well. You'll find that link in the description. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.